Hey everybody. You may have figured this out already, but I kind of have a problem with cards. So I've I've been doing this for a while, but I've been buying lots of cards that I used to play. So some of the games that I used to play back in the day were like the old Harry Potter TCG, I played a little bit of Magic, Warlord of course, but I also played the Lord of the Rings TCG, the one by Decipher with the images from the movies. So whenever I find some lots online for cheap, I buy them. Or when I go through like, I don't know, this weird mood, I end up buying some of them. So I thought I'd open one of them that I purchased from on eBay recently with you guys and see some of the hits. If you enjoy that sort of thing, hopefully you like this. Sorry, my camera is mounted to my desk, so if you jostle a little bit, I do apologize. I'll try to keep it as smooth as I can here. Oops, lots of jostling there, sorry. All right, so this lot, I think they said it was around 1,100 cards, and sometimes these lots, they count way wrong, like they count low a lot of the times. So let me just get rid of my address here from that. And their address. Alright, so let's see. They did a really good job packing these. There's all kinds of packing peanuts in here. And they have put them. This looks very suspicious. We've got these two bricks of cards here that they've put in there, so that's kind of cool. They did a really good job wrapping these up, so you can be assured I'm going to be leaving them very positive feedback. It came in a fast time and everything too, so really impressed with this seller actually. So man, I can't even get to the cards. They're all done. Sorry, bump the camera again. All right, almost there. Okay, they're open. All right, so if you haven't seen this game before, it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's got movie images, which is really cool in a lot of ways, because obviously the Lord of the Rings films are some of the most beautiful out there. Wow, they even put bubble wrap in here. This was well done. Well packaged, person. Yeah, so they used movie footage, which of course the Lord of the Rings films are some of the most beautiful out there, but that did kind of limit them on what characters they could include. So they couldn't use, you know, things that weren't in the movies very easily. So one quick thing to note about these cards is I love their numbering system. So the number 1 right here, it means this is from the Fellowship of the Ring set, the first set. U is uncommon, and then the number is just the number in the set. So it's really easy to go through and see, you know, what kind of rarities you got, what set they're from. You can just quickly scan through these cards and see what you got. So I'm gonna go through them all. There are some that, even if they're not rare, they are sought after because they're, you know, more playable than others. The Nazgul cards tend to be a little bit more sought after, as well as a few of the Fellowship type cards. So it looks like I've got some pretty cool stuff in here so far. I think I ended up paying just under 3 cents a piece for each of these cards. Some of these goblins are also really sought after because they're the most playable, some of the more playable cards, depending on how you want to build your deck. Basically, the idea is that you're trying to move your fellowship to the end of the quest, right, of the entire thing, and then the opponent is trying to stop you. So anyway, lots of cool cards in here. I'm gonna go through them all. I don't want to keep you guys for that long, but I wanted to kind of show you some of the opening process here, and then when I finish going through this, I will show you guys some of the top cards that I ended up with. Looks like this is mostly all from the first set so far, which is cool. I like that first set a lot. Some of the big important cards, of course, are in that first set, like with most card games. Looks like it's a little bit organized, not super stellar, so I'll take care of that, obviously. But anyway, really cool game. If you haven't checked it out, I haven't made any content on it really, other than some pack openings and stuff on some of my platforms. But it is a really cool game that others have they're still playing it, and it's really pretty fun. So I'll be back with some of the top hits. I'll let you know what I ended up with. There's some of the fellowship there, Gimli, everyone's pipe. Okay, cool. All right, we'll check out some of this a little bit later. Okay, I went through all the cards and found some of the more desirable ones that were in there. So some of them I have a lot of copies of. So Dwarven Axe, not like a super big one, but people are still looking for it. Aspharoth, pretty good one. Elven Bow, I got a ton of those, and that's another one people are looking for. Just, you know, it's not only worth about $1, but, you know, not bad for something this old and in a lot. So Haldir, a few of those. This one is actually probably one of the bigger ones that I got. 2 of those. Rumil, a couple of those. Barleyman. Some people still need that. Gandalf's Pipe. Aragorn's Pipe. Thalos for healing. Boromir. Again, not super sought after, but some people need it still. Sing the Cloak. Ranger Sword is a cool one. No Stranger to the Shadows. Got a couple of the Uruk-hai cards that people are looking for. Goblin Runner. Those ones are a popular one for the Goblin decks. And then I got a bunch of the Nazgul cards, which are some of the harder ones to find. So All Blades Perish, one of the better ones in here. Black Breath. Blade Tip. Got a few of those, which is good. The Nazgul Sword. Threshold of Shadow. And then I got some of the individual Nazgul. These are all just uncommons, but even those uncommon ones are pretty hard to find still. Check those. And then this is actually just one of the ones that people use a lot, so it's a little harder to get for the sites. All right, so that's what we got in this lot. Nothing too crazy. It was all from set 1 except for one card, which is kind of funny. But other than that, condition was varied, so kind of a mix of lightly played all the way through. Well, there's a couple that I might consider heavily played with some water damage and stuff. But overall, it is pretty fun. I enjoy sorting the cards, if nothing else. So awesome. Thanks for watching.